What's up, YouTube? Gymnasium here. We're going to go over the 2.4 ladder patch notes. They've made some more changes to the game, and some of the stuff was leaked, so there's already like a good bit of info already out and running around right now. But we're going to take a look at their full list they have. They've posted now, so hi, YouTube. So yeah, let's take a look at what they got for us. Alright, so it's still the same 2.4 patch, it's just a ladder testing preview blog. Alright, and first thing to note is that they actually give us, I read through like a little bit at the beginning here. I read up to about here, but I saw somewhere, was it on this? Maybe it was on shoot, maybe it was on a thing prior to this. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, here it is. Okay, cool. So, on their forums, they posted the ladder testing preview blog, and this is going live March 2nd. So, this Wednesday, we will have... Actually, let me move stuff over here. Yeah, this Wednesday, we're going to have our 2.4 PTR testing going live again, which is great because we'll be able to do 8-man speedruns again. That'll be like the first thing that I want to do, but also getting to touch on like some of these crazy changes that are upcoming, and we're gonna go over those right now. So let's take a look at those. All right. So just make sure. Okay. The upcoming PTR 2.4 test will focus on ladder functionality, Uber Diablo updates, and additional balance changes. The bug fixes since our previous fixes since our previous PTR. Okay. Cool. Good. This will be interesting. Hopefully this is interesting. Because right now this is meant to get rid of like duped SOJs. Like Uber Diablo was set up because there's so many SOJs that were duped and all that. So we'll see what they've done about that. And yeah, ladder function. Let's hope the ladder functions correctly. Like, you don't want to have like a level 1 at the top of the ladder board. That would be kind of silly. This is a continuation of our previous PTR. So any balance changes mentioned here are on top of the changes that were already live as of our last PTR. You can refresh yourself on the specifics of changes we've made so far here. So if you haven't looked at these changes, then you need to go through this, and I'll put this link in the description of the video and this link also in the description of the video. So you can go over both of these yourself, but I'm not going to go over this one. This one's already been gone over multiple times. So, all right. So, where did the here? Oh, I was like, the here's not blue anymore. We look forward to your We look forward to your participation in the PTR and hope players continue to share feedback. With your help, we continue the legacy of making Diablo 2 Resurrected the ARPG we all cherish. Okay. Well, you can't please everybody, but yeah, we'll see what they come up with. Let's take a look. PTR focus and details. Here's a sanctuary. Thank you for your outpouring of feedback on some of the first changes made to Diablo 2 in over a decade. That's true. Last changes were made in 1.13. It's nuts. Over 10 years ago. We return to you with adjustments to those changes based on your thoughts, opinions, and survey answers. Okay. I think there's not that many people that did surveys. Maybe they had surveys out. I didn't really check the forums that closely for surveys, though. Maybe they should do their own surveys instead of having content creators do it. I don't know. comment in the section. Comment in the YouTube comments if you want to see them do surveys and not, you know, content creators. I only did Mr. Llama's survey. Yeah, exactly. SDSS. Somebody in my chat just says that they only did Llama's survey. Like, that's most people probably. With this round of changes, we spent most of our efforts on the areas where the feedback was overwhelmingly unified, as well as some areas where we may have not pushed hard enough for a meaningful change. So like throw barb immediately comes to mind. Okay, we'll see. We'd love to hear more of your thoughts on these iterations. As we progress in this PTR, please be aware there may be periodic maintenances, outages, hotfixes, or minor patches. Of course. Like, it's a PTR. You're not getting, you know, the cleanest gameplay you're going to get. This is meant for us to be testing and getting, like, an idea of what's coming and what's going to be viable and what's going to be good and what might be broken. All right. All of the changes implemented in this PTR are not in stone. Of course. We want to gauge reception and feedback on these changes before we make them final for live. We encourage our PTR participants to explore and play the following content updates: Ladder Season, Uber Diablo updates, various balance updates. Okay, good. The first one we'll be messing around with is the Ladder Season. Me and my team plan on, or I mean, as much as my team is available to do this, we will plan on doing an 8-man playthrough of the game, so that's cool. I definitely want to mess around with Uber Diablo. We'll see what they have available or what they have set up for it. And various balance changes we'll take a look at right now. Offline single-player note. Patch 2.4 introduces changes to character save data. As a result of our new balance changes, a new folder has been created to support players testing offline content. Players will now be able to test classes from previous versions of D2 Resurrected by implementing or by importing those character files into this folder. Okay. Right now, I've already tried. I cannot log in to single player. I can open the game and like click on my single player character and then click play and it just fails to join game. So I imagine they have like something blocking you from being able to even do offline content right now on the PTR, which is interesting, but yeah, not sure. Maybe do a comparison for a before and after patch. Maybe. I don't know if that's easily set up, if I can easily set that up or not. Hope you're doing well, and Boyd. What up, man? Please leave your feedback in the... Yeah. Okay, if you discover any bugs, yep. Without further ado, let's dive into these changes. Exactly. Please note, game content discussed in this blog is not final. Okay, yeah. We already know that. Ladder testing's first up. Alright, sweet. Uber Diablo changes. Nice. The second. Good. Alright, ladder testing. We're very excited to invite you all to test the ladder functionality on the PTR. The Diablo 2 Resurrected ladder launch represents an optional ranked competitive system of the game through a series of modes available to select from with a fresh ladder specific characters. Okay. Series of modes available. I guess they're just referring to like hardcore ladder, classic ladder, etc. Non-ladder. Anyways, each mode will have their own leaderboard where players compete to strategically gain experience within a limited time frame while having access to ladder-specific content. When ladder season ends, leaderboard rankings will reset, so just transitioning characters to non-ladder mode, giving players an opportunity to store their hard-earned treasure loot as a new ladder season awaits them. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to play non-ladder, you can grab your stuff. I think they mentioned that before. For PTR test, we would love you to focus your attention on the presentation of the ladder in the front end and the way the new balance changes impact ladder play. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, Gracchus. SDSS answered you. Feature details. Ladder is now available for testing, and the team will be emulating a ladder season start and end during the PTR. Players can use /ladder and /help ladder chat commands to retrieve season start and end information. That's cool. So you can see like who's, you know, on top. Me, of course. Don't worry about it. I'm just kidding. I don't think I'm gonna be grinding the 99. Maybe. Still undecided on that. Kind of need a lot to grind to 99. It's very demanding. Ladder information is available in the leaderboard UI, and for console, players will be updated upon loading into each game. Okay. So yeah, they have that ladder tab. We'll see how that works. At the end of a season, your ladder character will be converted to a non-ladder character along with any ladder exclusive items your character has equipped or in their inventory. When the season ends, you have until the start of the season after next to retrieve items from your seasonal ladder shared stash tab to bring them into your normal online play. So it looks like we're going to have a pause in between ladder seasons. This version of PTR is coming out on March 2nd. Once the season ends, you will have until the... Okay, interesting. Yeah, so if you want to continue playing non-ladder, well, with the ladder items that you acquired, right? Because there's some really cool rune words and builds you can make now. That's all getting pushed over to non-ladder. There's a pause in between seasons, so we're going to have some downtime, it seems like, for probably another PTR into the next season. Probably. Hopefully at the end of the season, they have a new PTR ready for testing. That way there's no, like, you know, dead time, essentially. That's kind of what we've been dealing with right now is, like, dead time, and it's just like, okay, well, I'm doing speedruns because that's all there's available. Anyways, for example, once season 1 ends, you'll have until season 3. Oh, okay. Maybe there's not dead time until season 3 begins to retrieve your items from season 1 stash. And not retrieved items we lost forever. Okay, that's huge. So you have like 4 months. Because they said they're doing 4-month ladders. You have all of season 2. Until the start of the season after next. Yeah. Okay, I should have read that more closely. So yeah, season 3. Dude, that's huge. Alright. You get 4 months to collect your items. That's cool. I really like that. Uber Diablo changes. The way that players summon Uber Diablo in Diablo 2 Resurrected today will remain the same as it was first introduced in one by selling SOJs. Okay. Not what I was expecting or hoping for. The reason why is because this was literally introduced to get rid of the duping. So I was hoping for, you know, something else. We do have an item that's unused that's not that hard to get, but, you know, it's in game and it's in the game and it's just useless. It's called a Standard of Heroes that you get off of killing Uber Tristram. That could have been used with something. Potentially cubing it together. To make a new item. Could have done something really cool like that. And, yeah. Looks like we're back to... Or even created their own new item, but why do that when there's literally the standard of heroes in the game? That's completely worthless. That stinks. Oh well. However, we have made some changes to how and where that progress is calculated. That we hope will make the experience better for the entire community. We're eager to hear your feedback. Okay. Well. Interesting. Let's see what they have to say about that. Uber Diablo progress for each game type will now be kept by the regional database. So each region, like Americas gets their own, Europe, Asia. So you're going to be jumping regions when D-Clone gets close to spawning. Which is still how it was before, but you won't be checking IPs at least. You'll just be like, oh, this region's getting close to spawning D-Clone. Gotta get on that region because I gotta get a nanny. Okay. Do I like this? I don't know. I guess it'll be like, which region's gonna get the first D-Clone, right? I imagine, this is just my guess, that Europe is gonna be the most active. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that. It'll be interesting. But my guess is it's going to be Europe. That'll have the first D-Clone spawn. When the threshold is met by selling enough Stone of Jordan rings, Uber Diablo will spawn for everyone in the same region. Not only those on the same server instance. My chat's saying Asia. I guess maybe... Does console have their own region, or does console count? Because I feel like, dude, yeah, the Koreans are wild, dude. I don't know. Require ladder SOJs, so it'll take a while to happen, I guess. Yeah, at least there's that. You can't sell SOJs on non-ladder to spawn in ladder. So, at least from what we're reading here. So that's good. But, yeah, it seems like if they're regional and they spawn in every Hell game, or like D-Clone spawns in every Hell game on that region, Annies are going to be extremely diluted in the market. Which is problematic. Yeah, I don't see that being... yeah. SOJs are going to be valuable, though. Until Annies become worthless, and then SOJs will be back to normal. I don't know if I like that. Oh, well. Annies, everybody's going to have an Annie, basically. I think. And if you don't have a 2020-10 Annie, then what are you doing? Like, it's trash if it's not a 2020-10. That stinks. I don't know. Maybe it depends on how many Stones of Jordan it takes to actually sell. Like, if it takes like 10,000 Stone of Jordans to sell, it might take quite a while to get 10,000 SOJs sold. Better than the last, like, having to farm IPs over and over and losing hours of your life trying to get on the same IP. Yeah, it's probably better. I still think they could have made this just a better, like, they could have just made this better all around. Oh well. But yeah, if if you're not leaving your computer up overnight to stay AFK in game, then to get that, you know, declone spawn, what are you doing? You're missing out on your Annie. That stinks. Oh well. I'm not a fan of this. Like, I think they could have done more here. But progress towards Uber Diablo is now tracked per game type, giving us a total of 8 progressions being tracked. Those being classic, classic hardcore, classic ladder, yeah, all the, okay, all of them, cool. So, yeah. Given this change, we have added new messages for messaging for players to help them anticipate when Uber Diablo may spawn. This messaging will be sent out to all players in this region at certain tiers of progress and can be manually checked by using a /Uber Diablo chat command. We hope these changes allow more players to get to experience the true terror that is Uber Diablo. Well, I guess Classic is getting Annies now. I don't think Classic ever had Uber Diablo. Did they? You can kill him, but he doesn't drop Annies. Okay. Well, that would make sense, because, I mean, I think it would be busted in Classic, even more than the latter. Anyways, or I mean, even more than expansion. Yeah. Kind of disappointed in this change. I feel like there's more that could have been done about this. Happy that it's different than before. That's my thoughts on this. I'm happy that it's not the same old waiting around for hours on end for everybody to get the same IP and having to get a group together to be able to do this. It's not IP hunting. Exactly. But it's better, but it's not quite there. I think they need to do more here. I feel like Annie should be rarer as well for how OP it is. It's a 1 slot in your stash space. It's 1 to all skill. It has the same stats and it gives XP, and it's 1 to all skills instead of, you know, 3 to your skills as a torch is. So it's just, I mean, if you're grinding to get to 99, like, Annie is what you want, and Omble's staff, but yeah, I wish there was more. I could have done more. Oh well. Class changes. Alright, so these class changes are going to be additional to what they've already changed before, remember. Okay? So they made Impale better, and now they've increased the animation speed by 30%. If you ever looked at this skill, the animation speed was just, I mean, you could watch every detail of her going, it was awful. 30% doesn't seem like it's going to be good enough for how bad it looked. We'll have to test and take a look. But, yeah. It was really slow. If they had said 100%, then I'd be like, whoa. Okay, now we might be talking. Well, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm definitely going to look at that. Because Impale is like Smite, where it doesn't miss anymore, and it is uninterruptible. Was there something else? Oh, and it slows. So yeah, there's like I mean, it's even better than Smite, potentially. We'll see. Bender, who's in my chat right now, is saying he might get to 1.5 attacks per second. That's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Okay. Plague Javelin. Plague Javelin poison duration is no longer fixed at 3 seconds as it was in the previous PTR, but its duration and damage scaling have been adjusted compared to live. This should this should net out jeez, to a 20% damage per second increase at level 1 and up to a 33% damage per second increase at max level. Okay. So I thought Plague Javelin was okay at 3 seconds. I didn't see a problem, but I guess they buffed it even more. Oh, I have chat on my screen. Whoops. I get chat. What if I gotta put you guys like here you go. There, now you can re-chat too. Although I should probably move this so that I'm not blocking it. Whoops. A little editing mid-video. There you go. My bad. Alright. That looks a little better, I guess. Alright. So multi-shot. Well, let's not skip over this. This is going to be even stronger than it was in the PTR by early levels and at max level. So could be pretty good damage. I mean, I thought it was okay. Like, it wasn't like, you know, the best build, obviously, because Lightning Fury is just busted. But this seems like even stronger now. It's going to be interesting. Oh, yeah, anyways. Multi-shot. Added synergy from Guided Arrow. 12% physical damage per level. Okay. So instead of scaling up unique items, multi-shot is now going to do 240% more damage. Because you get 20 points into Guided Arrow. 20 points times 12 is 140. Multi-shot new meta? Well, I mean, like, in-game? Like, the in build? That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay. Doesn't do that much, to be honest. Less than 4 does for you? Yeah, but you get to do that on top of Fortitude and all the other crap. I think it's going to be worthwhile checking out. Is Sword still the best starter to grind for, or Assassin took that place? Why would Assassin take that place? Sword cast teleport, Sword cast static. The just what? No, Assassin never will take over Sword. Assassin's actually weaker through the mid game. Because they removed the Death Sentry synergy bonus, and you're always going to be getting your Death Sentry up as an Assassin, because Corpse Explosion is just so powerful. So yeah, like, Death Sentries are getting leveled up, and they don't give a synergy bonus to your Lightning Sentry, so you're just weaker overall through the mid game until you actually get everything leveled up again. It's just yeah. Just weaker. And then Sword got buffed, like, on top of that. Static giving bonus to Nova. And Nova's like the speedrun build. So, until you get Blizzard. Immolation Arrow. Cooldown reduced by 40%. They had already reduced the cooldown, though. Didn't they? So they reduced it again. Cool. Immolation Arrow was definitely weak. So you have, say, so you have, let's say, 1100 compared to 960 now. It's not that big. Okay. I guess, we'll have to see. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I'm, like, thinking of, PD2 probably more than how bad it is in LOD or in D2R. Okay. Also having like bows buffed would be really nice for the, I don't know, for the Amazon. All right, added synergy from multi-shot, 12% physical damage. Okay, so guided arrow is going to be nuts in PvP. Amazon's going to be the queen of PvP, I think. That's, like, guided arrow was good in PvP. It's going to be even stronger now. GG. Alright, well. Queen of PvP, there you go. Strafe, synergy from multi-shot, 5% physical damage per level. And they buffed Strafe before pretty good. Synergy from guided arrow, 10% physical damage per level. Yeah. Okay. So, 100%, 200%, 300% more damage to Strafe. We will have to take a look at physical Zon, yeah. Turning into S tier. I don't know about S tier, because S tier you have Blizzard Sword, Hammered In, Lightning Fury Javelin. We'll have to take a look though. How physical damage does. The bows are pretty weak, but we might be able to do something. I definitely want to take a look at this. This has piqued my interest a little bit. We've noted your feedback that it feels odd that the physical bow skills don't have any synergies like the cold and fire bow skills do. We hope giving some synergies to the physical bow skills help them remain viable. Okay, well, we'll see. Assassin, Wake of Inferno. Added yards calculation to the Wake of Inferno tooltip. Okay, so no buff at least. Blade Fury attack rating increased by 10%. I don't know if that's enough, but it's something. So 10% is really low, but you got something. I know Blade Fury needed the attack rating. Bladeson felt kind of like not crazy. It was like a C tier build, maybe a B tier, maybe like a C plus tier somewhere, somewhere in there. It was really fun to play the Bladeson. I'll say that. But yeah, they did give it a ton of buffs, so it's nice that it got that. It got something, right? They acknowledged that we were saying it, like it needed something. They gave it a little something. Okay, that's fine. All right, Barbarian, leap attack. Whoa, huge. Okay. Barbarian now deals extra physical damage to surrounding enemies within a range of 4.6 yards when landing from a leap attack. Damage scales per level. So that's huge. This is looking like PD2. So leap attack is now more unique. Instead of just being a progression, an ability, it might have like actual gameplay. I don't think leap attack. I mean, if it's doing damage to or surrounding enemies, is it going to start using durability? Like, if you can land it without using durability on your weapon, could you use like an ethereal obedience or something early on? Maybe. Obviously, if you're getting the swing out of it, then you're going to be using durability, which kind of stinks. But early game, ethereal obedience would be nuts. Or like, I say early, like mid-game-ish. It's like, let's see, what would be the best thing you'd probably put it in? Probably like a partisan. An ethereal partisan with like, foul runes level what, 41? Anyways, screw it. It's gonna be like your mid-game barbarian might actually see some damage. That's pretty cool. Modified leap and leap attack jump to give it a smoother trajectory that should keep the barbarian on screens at all times and reduce jerkiness when he lands. That's good. Yeah. Cleaning up the leap and leap attack. I like that. Because you can really tell when, you know, stuff is looking bad. Alright. Hey, Bed Days. Leap and leap attack now have a minimum jump height and duration. Okay. So they increased the speed of leap and leap attack so that it's like even faster to like, you know, use to get through the game. But on top of that, like it's going to be potentially even faster if you do a full screen like leap attack. Or does that mean there's only so far you can go with a leap attack? I don't know. We'll have to see. Increased mana cost of leap attack from 9 to 10. I guess because they buffed it. Interesting. We saw an opportunity to make leap attack more viable by changing to fantasy to make leap itself an attack. Okay. By doing this, we feel like the combat viability of the skill will increase while still preserving it as a movement skill. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what leap is. I don't know if they did enough, but we'll see. We feel that this change, paired with the animation changes we made it, we feel that this change, paired with the animation changes we made to it, brings the leap attack more in line with the fantasy, and we want to have. God, I cannot read right now. Yeah, sure. Like, reading is hard. English is hard. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Fantasy, sure. I mean, I'm curious to see what like this means. A minimum jump height and duration. And yeah, like you said, Bender, depending on how they did this, it might be completely broken. Which is cool. We can test these things on the PTR. So definitely want to try out like an ethereal weapon, ethereal obedience, or I mean, you can make Breath of the Dying or Death, or you know, one of these items. Probably Death, right? Anyways. Sword Mastery renamed to Blade Mastery. Now affects daggers in addition to swords. Ooh, that's pretty big. And now in Barb speedruns, you're gonna have to come across Flesh Ripper. uh, Flesh Ripper is crushing blow, 25% crushing blow, 30 or 50% open wounds, and 20% slow. Along with like some other things, but like those are the big things to take away from that, especially for barbarian speedrunning. And being able to use it with the sword mastery now. If you come across it, dude, that's like, that's huge. And require level 68, close to nice, but not quite. Oh, is Flesh Ripper really 68? I thought it was like in the 50s. Okay. Well, never mind. I'm like immediately thought Flesh Ripper was like 55 or 4 or something. If it's 68, then screw that. Not for speedrunning. But still, hey. That's cool. Wonder what kind of daggers you can come up with. Nothing immediately jumps to mind. Oh well. Axe Mastery. Attack rating increased by 12%. Increased base attack bonus to 40% from 28. Whoa. They did that to axe and mace. Polearm and spear. Increased base attack bonus to 44%. Dude, okay. Throwing mastery plus blade mastery for throwing knives? I don't know. I'll have to take a look. That's kind of... Wait, are throwing knives... Are throwing knives daggers? I don't think so. Thrown when thrown. Yeah. Okay, well. This right here, if you get your scepters for the barbarian, that's pretty nice. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot to start off with. Your early game barbs are going to hit pretty hard. Attack rating increased by 12%. Increased base attack bonus means damage. If this is attack rating specified here, this is damage. So more damage, more damage. So Barbarian's going to be outputting more damage. I think this is going to hit really hard. We're going to play around with level 1 Barbarian, getting scepters. For sure. 12% more damage, obviously, like you're saying, is +1 more damage. But, like, dude, attack rating as well, like, that's going to be a lot of damage overall. A lot more damage they can output. Like, having 1 more damage early game, you're doing, like... The scepters do 6 to 12. And then you get, like, let's say 30% on that, right? So you gain, like, 3 damage. Now you gain 4 damage. But... on top of that, you're getting the attack rating, so you're landing those attacks more often. Exclamation point news. A bit dazed. Yeah. So... and then I imagine the scaling is going to be the same, so you just get a 12% more and 14% more. And then also the ethereal, like, an ethereal polearm for leap attack. And seeing how much damage you can do with the increased damage. That'll be cool. That might be a lot of damage. Definitely gonna play around with that. All right, Throwing Mastery. This is the one thing that like I was thinking was gonna get, you know, an update for sure. Increased base attack bonus to 44% from 30%. Okay, more damage. Attack chance to not consume quantity per level up to 50%. Okay. That's pretty cool as well. So if you have replenish, quantity, and you're not using up the quantity as fast, like at half the rate. Interesting. Critical strikes with throwing weapons now replenish quantity. I think that solves your quantity issues. That's really nice. That's super nice. So you're using up half of your quantity, and then you're also replenishing them on top of that. Yeah. Barbarians run out of throw weapon quantity far too quickly. We all know that. Adding chances to not consume as well as replenish will allow a throwing barb to be viable without having to return to town frequently. Also, another thing is that they've already increased the stack size of these items as well, if you don't know from the other previous patch notes. So, yeah, this is just added on top. That's kind of nice. Well, throw barb is going to be like not have to be hybrid frenzy throw barb potentially anymore. Maybe. It'll be a little fun to play around with again. Alright, we're on the Druid. Not useless bog. Alright, Armageddon. Remove the Hurricane skill requirement for Armageddon. That's good. That's a good change. Straight up. Just that. Increase the missile damage radius of Armageddon by 33% from 3 to 4. Okay. So, bigger AoE. Increase the missile drop rate of Armageddon by about 30%. From 3 per second to 4. So, it's got a huge bonus to its physical damage on the last buff. And it now has a bigger radius and drop rate. Armageddon actually being useful seems good. Like in cows, or just in play, it would kill random things here and there. One big problem with Armageddon is that when you're running, it's falling behind you. So mobs that are coming in front of you, like this, it doesn't help with any of that. But I guess at least you can run up to Eldritch and run away because he's extra fast. He'll chase you down, and maybe Armageddon will help with clearing him. I don't know. Or just like random cows in the cow level. I don't know. That's it's definitely a really good change to Armageddon. And Armageddon does pretty good damage, so. Alright. Summoning. Druids can now have spirit wolves, dire wolves, and bears all summoned at the same time. This is what we saw, like, before they even came out with their patch notes. Like, people were checking it out, and, like, they were summoning all their animals, and, dude, that summoning druids, you are now a thing. Finally. Zoo druid. Dude. That's cool. And then you can like have Hodo and have Heart of the Oak summoned behind all your summons to buff their health. Obviously, if they're doing good enough damage, you could be using like Beast for, you know, the fanaticism and or have your Merc running Pride. I don't know, stuff like that. Anyways, it's kind of cool. I think Spirit Wolves do cold damage now or something like that instead of physical. So, anyways, the restriction of Druid being allowed only one type of summonable at a time has restricted the viability of this build and has hampered the fantasy of a Druid summoner from living up to its full potential. Exactly. We feel that a Druid being able to summon all of his allies at once will make for a more interesting and fun play style. Yes, because the community has asked for that. But yeah, really cool. Really gonna be just fun to play now. That's great. I like it. On our 8-man, we already get the Druid, like that's a support Druid, to get Bear for the summon. But now we'll be able to have Bear and his Wolves up at the same time, plus Shockwave and Oak Sage. Like, your support Druid is going to be insane with this, I think. Anyways, Werewolf. Werewolf now only uses the new attack speed calculation that was originally introduced in the PTR. So they reverting back and raise the cap speed from 75 to 150. Okay. So the attack speed cap is raised twice as high. Is that good enough? I'm trying to remember now, going back to the werewolf problems. We'll have to get some attack speed weapons and mess around. Fury, increased speed attacks by 40%. Oh, cool. The box down here. I'll get around to it. Warebear. Warebear only uses the new attack speed calculation that was originally introduced in PTR, so they're reverting back to what they originally wanted to do, and raising the attack speed cap on both Werebear and Werewolf. Damage bonus per level increased by almost double. Base defense value increased from 25% to 40%. Defense bonus per level increased from 6 to 10%. So we're getting a lot more defense on the Werebear, which is evasion, essentially. If you want to think of defense as evasion, that's exactly what it is. So a higher chance of having evasion. Okay. Little something. Cannot be interrupted while performing attacks or skills. Interesting. So can't be put into hit recovery anymore. Interesting. Okay, Maul now grants 3% attack speed per charge. Trying to make melee Werebear a thing, it looks like. Uninterruptible is huge, yeah. Developer comments. We've debated on the best way to bring shapeshifting druids forward. After much discussion, we are going to commit to the modern balanced PTR1, a way of calculating attack speed for the wereforms. We have rebalanced the werewolf to allow that form to reach even faster speeds than it could previously. And as for Werebear, we want to deliver on the fantasy of a powerful, unstoppable killing machine. We've introduced uninterruptible attacks and skills, as well as increased damage and defense. While this will change the way players have played the Werebear in the past, we feel like it is more in line with the intended fantasy. For those who love their fast Werebear builds, we've added attack speed bonuses to Maul, but we also hope the new Werewolf changes will offer them the same style of play, as it is now the faster form. Well, you can also cast your like Cyclone armor while in these forms. So your Werebear getting buffed on top of being able to cast Cyclone Armor, you're going to have one really tanky bear. Cool. Alright. Necromancer, Blood Golem, 20% reduction in mana cost applied per level. Okay. It was very high in mana. Fire Golem, same thing. Fire Golem was also, like, Fire Golem went up to, like, 400 something mana. It's crazy. Attack damage increased by about 20%. Okay. Holy Fire level bonus per level restored from 1, restored to 1 from 2. Holy Fire level bonus per level restored to 1. I thought the Holy Fire wasn't even that OP. Or wasn't even that good. They brought it back down. That's a nerf. Did they mean to buff this? Maybe they misworded this. Because a level 40 Holy Fire would be okay. A level 20 Holy Fire, or, I mean, I guess if you get like 40 skill points, you know, but like you get your 20 plus your bonus 20, just kind of, you know, throwing numbers out. But if it goes to 2, you'd have like a level 80 Holy Fire, which might be kind of busted. If they, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Holy Fire level bonus per level increased from 1 to 2 last patch. Yeah, they put it back to 1. So they definitely just nerfed the Fire Golem. Well, it was nice seeing you, buddy. Yeah, well, we didn't see you anyways, but we just won't see you now. We've heard your feedback that golems don't feel valuable enough as skills without giving them a larger overhaul. We hope these changes will make them feel powerful enough to use more often. Oh, they buffed Holy Fire to deal 200% in melee range. So, maybe that's why. They buffed the Holy Fire again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Holy Fire's getting buffed back. Okay. Thorns. Now deals a flat amount of damage when hit, in addition to returning a percentage of damage taken to the enemy when hit. So they're doing not only flat damage, but also percent damage. That's good. For people playing the Paladin, Pacifist Paladin, for example, like, Thorns is still just too weak, but the Thorns not doing the percentage damage back meant that, like, bosses could hit you really hard, but they were only taking a flat amount back. Now, that flat amount was still okay. Like, I did a Pacifist run not too long ago, and the boss's, like, Duriel got destroyed, even though he hit really hard. That flat amount was good enough to take him down. It's just, like, that was through normal, and, like, taking that flat amount into hell is just not going to be on the same level. So, adding percentage is kind of cool, but it's still just going to be underpowered. Thorns is never going to see play. And the flat amount never really scaled into hell either. So, yeah, exactly, Bender. Holy Fire changed how the proximity bonus for area is calculated. Now deal 200% damage to enemies at melee range. The max area damage values incorporate the maximum proximity damage bonus. Resist fire synergy increased from 18 to 21%. So they've taken Holy Fire back up again. It's not 24%, so it's not crazy, but it's still crazy. Like, if I could play single player right now and show you how powerful Holy Fire is at level 6 on P8, but yeah, I mean, they've reverted this back essentially to how it was, and I mean, it's very, very powerful, and also like, it's, I mean, it's in a very, well, that's a weird thing, but like, it's very powerful P1, and then P8, it's not like as broken. Also, you have like very expensive gear to make the build or the Orden build viable. Is that expensive gear worth making this build? Maybe. It's not going to be the best farming build. You still have Hammerden. But this build is going to be very, very strong. Well, I don't know. Anyways, we'll see. Holy Freeze. Change how the proximity bonus for the area damage not calculated now. Yeah. So same thing. Tooltip. Yeah. So same thing. Same thing. Holy Freeze is not going to see play other than being on your mercenary. Holy Shock. Got it. Yeah. Sanctuary. Same thing. So same thing to all those. Holy Bolt now damages demons in addition to undead. So your Fist of Heavens Paladin, Fist of Heavens, same thing, is now your Chaos Sanctuary farmer. Is it going to be as fast as Hammerden's? I don't know. But it does a lot of damage. Like, it does a lot of damage. I would definitely be trying this out on single player right now. The only problem is that you can't get on the PTR single player. Pretty good for a 40-point skill tree. Yeah. That. That. Now, obviously, there's still animals in the game, so you're going to be missing out on quite a few mobs still. But demons and undead cover majority of mobs in the game. And that's all of CS. And CS is a great place to farm. Also, Fist of Heaven's doing lightning damage. The Fist of Heaven's Paladin can actually solo all of the Bale Waves. Right? Because every Bale Wave has, you know, some kind of immunity. Wave 2 has cold immunities and magic immunities, which is why the Hammerden can't do it. Other than having his mercenary kill the magic immunes. Wave 1 has fire immunes. Wave 3 has light immunes. Wave 4 has what, poison immune? Is that? No, they are. And really high fire res, if not fire immune. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's just really high fire res with poison immunity. And wave 5 is fire immune. So what damage type is it? Fist of Heavens does lightning damage and shoots out holy bolts, which do magic damage. So you have lightning and magic damage in your build now. And you can run your own conviction for your lightning damage. So even better than what a, you know, Infinity can provide you. Although if you use Infinity yourself, you can get the like minus enemy res off of that, but whatever. Paladins are looking really good right now. If Holy Bolt does magic damage, how can it kill wave 2? That's a good point. Yeah, Holy Bolt ignores that kind of stuff. It's tradition since Diablo 1. Gotcha. There you go. Yeah. So Holy Bolt does extra damage to undead and ignores the magic community. Like, so Holy Bolt is going to be nuts. And you can get crazy high damage on Holy Bolt. Like 20k, I think. If I remember correctly. Dude, Holy Bolts are going to be insane. It does true damage. Yeah. That's nutty, dude. Holy Bolts are going to be insane. Dude, okay. Magic damage is true damage? Yeah, pretty much. Well, after seeing feedback on the removal of area of damage scaling in our PTR patch, we agree that it is an interesting mechanic that is worth trying to balance properly. We have re-implemented it at a lower damage scale than it was previously. Okay. Well, cool. Good. It's still like, I think it's a really cool concept, right? Having the intensity of your aura doing more damage the closer you are to a monster. I agree. And I think that balancing this mechanic is worthwhile. So, cool. Good. Alright, Nova Sork. Nova mana cost reduced. The initial mana cost is now 13 from 15. Dude, Nova Sork is already really strong. Except for the late game Nova Sork, it's really high in mana cost. But the early game Nova Sork is powerful. Like, extremely powerful. It's the speedrun build for Sork. So now it's going to be even more powerful because it costs less mana. Like, okay. Well, Nova Sork is just even better. Like, you thought assassins were going to take over, dude? Like, oh my gosh. Did Sorks just get... dude, Nova's already getting a bonus from Static Field, by the way. If you haven't read up on the patch notes from previously, you're getting 5% more damage from Static per point. And in a speedrun build, you put in 7 points into Static because you have no bonus points. So Static's AoE is just really small. So you get those 7 points. It's about the same range as your Nova. And now Nova's going to cost you less mana initially. Like, your Nova Sork is... If you're not building Nova Sork, you're doing the Sork wrong. Like, you're doing your team wrong. Nova Sork is the play until you get Blizzard. Like, so once you get to, 24, 25... Dude, you might even be able to run Nova for even longer than, like, 24. I know Blizzard is really powerful at 24, but... not sure, actually. Have you seen Inferno numbers? No, I've not. Is Inferno running... Oh, the Inferno for the Sork. Like, it melts. Yeah. Dude. The problem is that with Inferno is it's a single line, right? So it's a ton of damage in a single line. But, like, what's that good for? Killing Andariel, going through Maggot Lair. Arcane Sanctuary. Like, Blaze is also funny, can one-shot Ubers. Blaze is nice because it gives you that extra move speed. I was watching, who was it? Was it BT? Yeah, I think it was BT Neanderthal play around with the Inferno and Blaze Sork. It's a fun build, but I think Nova is going to be even just that much stronger. Like, I have no questions about it being better. It's my opinion. You can try it out, obviously. Act 1 Rogue Archer can now use Amazon bow skills. Okay. Can now gain plus Amazon skill bonuses from gear. So you can now use the Amazon bows that were restricted to you. So Grand Matron bow. And can gain the plus Amazon skills from that bow. Yeah. Your Mist, Insight, Faith. Yep, exactly. And plus 3 bows. So your Act 1 mercenary is getting a pretty big buff there. That's nice. They might... Dude, that's crazy. That's awesome. I like that change. You really do have to buff up the other mercs to get them like to be considered over the Act 2 merc. The Act 2 merc is very, very good though. So Act 3 swapped frozen armor for chilling armor. Okay, cool. Because we all know frozen armor is just the best armor. So your cold Act 3 merc is going to have more survivability, stunning, freezing monsters. Swap Firebolt for Redemption Aura. Okay. He casted Fireball and Firebolt. Yeah. What is that aura? Dude, this aura is nuts. This aura regens life and mana and removes the monster body corpse from the ground. Nilithak farmers are going to be super happy with this. I'm thinking, like, when you're farming Ubers, you're going to be using this mercenary now. Bad for 8-man with Corpse Explosion or Death Sentries? Yeah, but once solo. Yeah. Make sure you don't use this on your Corpse Explosion Necro. Or any Necro, because every Necro uses Corpse Explosion. But, dude. Or your Assassin. But this is huge. Your Hammerden for farming Nilithak. Your Sork for farming Nilithak. Dude, anybody that's farming Nilithak now that, like, isn't Assassin or Necro is going to be... I think this mercenary is, like, completely usable now. Like, that's huge. There's not going to be one guy out there that wants Firebolt when you have Fireball. What? Fireball's just better. You have Redemption and Fireballs, dude? Like, how are you going to complain about that? Well, you're not going to have an Insight on Act 3 Merc, but just use Mana Potions forehead. New Barb Merc. Alright, let's take a look. Act 5 Barbarian Warrior. Can now gain plus Barbarian skill bonuses from gear. Alright. A new Ferocious Barbarian is available for hire from Quelkek. These warriors cannot use two-handed swords, but are well-trained in the art of dual wielding. Utilizing Frenzy, Taunt, and Iron Skin abilities, they lure enemies in and unleash a furious barrage of attacks. Basically, you have a Frenzy Act 5 Barb now. You're going to have an Act 5 Barb that's like, wee! He's just going to be zooming around your map. Okay. Well, our hope with these changes are to continue to bring the non-Act 2 mercenaries up in viability so that they see increased usage, and to push each one further into their class archetype by allowing them to use class-specific equipment. Cool. 2F head strikers. Hey, deadly strike, bro. Although head striker damage is kind of dual grief. I mean, we're gonna be little mini death lords, dude. It's gonna be fun. Maybe for your Necromancer, you have a beast in one and a pride in the other. How's that for your summon Necro? Oh, wait, is pride in a two-hander? Shoot. Hold on. Four starting pole arms. Okay, rip. Ew, Google. Yeah. Okay, so not pride. Last wish, dude, for your life tap. It's super expensive, by the way, guys. Like, oh well. Oh, so what is ladder start, Nate Dogg? Nate Dogg, alright. I did a little bit of a theory craft on my last YouTube video, and on there, I'm guessing probably like either like the end of March or early April as the earliest. So April 1st would be hilarious. April Fool's Day. But I mean, that's a Friday. I imagine they'll release it on Friday instead of a Tuesday, but a lot of their updates have been on Tuesday, so we'll have to see. Like this PTR, this is coming out on Wednesday, on March 2nd. So yeah, that's cool. I'm happy with the mercenary changes, even more buffs to these mercenaries. This is going to see a lot of play, I think, anyway. So, also Pendle skin as well, right? Anyways. Rune words. Plague now be used on claws and daggers in addition to swords. Heyo. Shout out Plague. Cool. Infinity, Obedience, and Pride can now be used by spears and Amazon spears. Okay. Trying to make that melee Amazon a thing. Huh. Obedience and a war spear. Huh. Thinking about some things here. have to play around with that a little bit. That's pretty cool. Alright. Level area and monster updates. Increase unique monster density in the new... Okay, there you go. We asked for it, we got it. We definitely wanted that. You needed the density in these new level 85 areas. Their density was just garbage. You'd still only farm pit at the time. We're going to have to check out what the density's like in these areas. But that's really nice. Alright. General and miscellaneous updates. General. Added player messaging for when player tries to launch the game on an out-of-date patch version. Okay. Add message of the day capabilities to the main menu to allow us to share important game updates with all players. Well, that would be good. They're saying, hey, we have a new way of communicating with you. Hopefully, this is the form in which they choose to, tell us about certain things that are, important for, like, dates and whatnot, right? Like, instead of having to check Twitter, Reddit, forums, wherever the hell Pez Radar wants to post, like, anyways. AI, improve the reliability of pets, summons, and mercenaries teleporting to the player instead of being despawned. Okay. Reliability. I wonder if that means they improved the beta AI again? Yeah. Okay, so one thing that's really, really cool, or really, really strong in 2.4 is the Poison Creeper for the Druid. Does that mean this Poison Creeper is also going to be, like, I mean, more reliable? Dude, the Poison Creeper does a ton of damage and more reliable. Might be actually nutty. I'm curious how that's going to play out. Barbarian. Updated Barbarian leap and leap attack animation behavior to give it a smoother trajectory and reduce trickiness. Yeah. That was on the Barbarian. Character selection. Newly created characters will now sort to the top of the character selection list. Good. This should always have been the case. Create a new character and then you tried to play and you'd accidentally play one of your other characters because this didn't happen. When you create a new character, it should be at the top of the list. So, good change. Mercenaries. Mercenary UIs will now display if the mercenary cannot use a skill because they are too low level. Good. That's cool. Just not being like, can't use this. Alright. Online. Added messaging if a player attempts to create a private channel with a name longer than the character limit. Okay. That's fine. Added a /offline chat command which sets your user preference to offline. Okay. That's it's kind of useful if you want to be, just playing by yourself. Not being bothered. Yeah, these are good changes. Nothing like, just more, quality of life stuff. Vendors. Players can now buy pre-filled tomes and keys when using a controller. Alright, done with that. Performance. Optimize particle effects on some console platforms. Added VFX quality option for PC players. Optimized inventory quick move actions to reduce delay. Okay, they didn't address the load screens in the performance, which is, well, we would love to see less load time in Act 5, especially. Act 5 is the longest loading screens. Oh well. Maybe next patch. That stinks. Alright, settings. The offline game difficulty scale setting will now persist between game sessions. Hey, there you go. So you don't have to type this every time when you're doing like P8 or, P whatever you're trying to do and on like single player offline stuff. That's a good change. Added an option to choose whether or not to continue your mouse cursor to the game screen. Oh, to confine your mouse cursor. Sorry. I was like, continue. Okay, there you go. So, like, you don't accidentally click outside your screen. It's like, oh no, my mouse. It's out here. That's good for, like, window mode players. And maybe console. I don't know. But, anyways, added VRAM usage bar in the settings menu. Huh. Okay. Bug fixes. Accessibility. Fix some issues in the UI that could occur using large font mode. Okay. Attack speeding while dual wielding could be incorrectly calculated depending. Okay. Yeah. Fix an issue where the Grim Ward synergy from Fine Potion wasn't functioning. Good. Druid fixed an issue where Hunger was not costing mana if it was cast without target selection. Druid Solar Creeper will now properly consume corpses and restore mana whenever the Druid is missing mana. Rabies now properly consumes mana when your attack misses. Paladin fixed an issue where you wouldn't be able to weapon swap if you're wielding a bow with no ammo as a Paladin or controller or on a controller. Fixed an issue where you could not disable auras as a Paladin if you were using a bow without ammunition on a controller. Fixed an issue where the Conviction Aura tooltip would display incorrect information. Fixed an issue where Sanctuary Aura was not granting its bonus to Undead. Fixed an issue where Sacrifice was not hitting moving targets. Ooh. Interesting. I knew there was a bug with Sacrifice, so I just wasn't using it. Maybe it's worth actually putting a point into now, because it gives you a good bit extra physical damage early and attack rating. Make Sacrifice great again. Alright, gameplay. Fix an issue where a skill could be interrupted if a player dodges, avoids, or blocks while executing a skill. Amazon, mostly. But also the blocking. Fixed an issue where interruptible skills could be interrupted within a one-frame window if you were using the skill repeatedly. Fixed an issue where the skills granted by items sometimes couldn't be used on a controller. Fixed an issue where you could be blocked from talking to NPC if a player initiates a trade quest with you while you are talking to the NPC. Oh, interesting. That's what was happening? I remember being blocked from being able to do, like, anything. Any interactions. I wonder if they took care of that. If that takes care of that. Fixed an issue where weapon swap was not updating faster unlock on the game client. Huh. Fixed an issue where you could, where you would not be able to observe whether players' attack animation for Rabies skill if the attack missed. Huh, so you look like you're just standing there, probably, or something. Fix an issue where bindings for O skills won't persist after dying and joining a new game. Fix an issue where one of the Chaos Sanctuary seals was difficult to select. Ooh. Hey-oh. That's good. Do you guys know where that is? That is DeSace's seal. You have to hit it at a certain angle. That one seal is now telekinesis. Like, you can use telekinesis on. F that seal. We all know that seal. Okay. Finally fixed after 20 years. Dude. That's a huge... Dude, they just threw that in the middle of all this That's huge, man. I would have that in bold and like like caps. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Looking forward to that one. Looking forward to that one. Fix an issue where glacial trail entrance wouldn't highlight. Yeah, I noticed that one. Fix an issue where fire enchant monsters were doing too much damage in nightmare difficulty. That's another big one. Dude. I lost a hardcore character to this. This is huge. I have a clip. I think. I think I uploaded it to YouTube as well. That my Paladin died. I think. Or here's the clip, yeah. Okay. Now, I am at 1,000 health, full health, with max res on P2 on wave 3 here. Just to give, you guys a layout of what's happening. Like, hold on, chat. Alright, there you go. We're on Bale Waves, obviously. Wave 3. This is 1,000 HP, Nightmare difficulty, P2, max res. Look at that. Is that not...
Fire enchant, dude.
Fire enchant, dude. Yeah. Is that not insane? And in case you missed it, we can play it in slow-mo for you guys. Hold on. Let's go back here. All right, 991. 601. So 300 from one charge bolt. 126 from a second charge bolt. That's 475 damage. And obviously dead after that. I start running away. I should have hit my full juve. And yeah. I mean, when it happens that fast, it's just like, wait, what just happened? Wasn't expecting that because I'm super tanky and have a ton of res. Hesitating on the rejuve because I just got done with a speed run and was like, was a little, exhausted, so I was just kind of chilling. And I thought, oh yeah, I just, level up my hammered in on hardcore. No problem. Ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. Anyways, that's a good fix. Like, for hardcore players especially. So. And, like, that was 0.25, by the way, like, frames. So, trying to judge me on my reaction speed at 32. I'm 32 years old. That's not going to happen, okay? Like... Alright. Fix an issue where continuing to move after running out of stamina would cause the stamina bar to not refill. Hey. That's nice. Early game. Nice little fix there. Also, if you get, like, sucked, the suckers in Act 3, take your stamina, or the itchies in Act 2. Yeah, that's nice. How you fixing that? Fix an issue where a room in Act 1 caves had misplaced walls. Nobody, like, farmed Act 1 caves, but, like, a few speedrunners, because it's, like... That's funny. Okay. Well. That's good. Most people don't even know what this is, but it's good. Fix an issue where a player could get repeatedly placed in stun state and unable to execute attacks. Huh. Like hit recoveries? Because hit recovery is a part of the game. What? Fix an issue where a few melee skills would often miss when targeting moving targets. Oh, yeah, yeah. Amazon Fen, Druid, Fury, Paladin Sack, Paladin Zeal. Dude. And the Holy Fire Paladin early start? Guys, with this, you're going to be set on your early game Paladins. Your Sacrifice and Zeal are two abilities you use to land your Holy Fire attacks. And Holy Fire has like that extra bonus damage. Yeah. It's going to be pretty nice. Fix an issue where a channel ability would stop casting if you were directly targeting an enemy with your mouse prior to casting and that enemy died. Oh, okay. So your Inferno, Arctic Blast kind of thing. Fix an issue where quick cast melee skills would sometimes fail to execute properly under certain circumstances. I don't know what that's referring to. I never really... I don't know. Quick cast isn't really for me, but I'm just so used to the old way of playing. I'm sure quick cast would be a better way to play the game, but I'm just, I don't know, old school, stuck in my old ways. Fixed an issue where quick cast melee skills would behave different depending on if they were bound to left or right. Okay. I'm still using my old school macros, yeah. Interesting. I didn't know about that. Behavior has been behavior has been unified such that left quick cast skills behave in the way the right quick behavior operated. Okay. Quick cast fixes. Fix an issue where force move and quick cast skills could still operate when in a full screen UI menu in legacy mode. Fix an issue that could cause players to miss their attack when using melee skills against enemies that are just barely within striking range and moving away. But isn't that part of the game? Will monsters be able to do that to you now? If you're running away from a monster and they swing? I don't know about this one, guys. Or is it just going to be for players when monsters move away? Because a lot of the time when you're speedrunning, you literally have tons of monsters that are swinging at you that you know aren't going to hit you because you're out of their range. I hope that, I mean, if that applies vice versa, that makes the game a lot more difficult. Okay. Fixed a rare issue where casting spells rapidly could result in incorrect mana cost in certain networking situations. I don't know what that actually refers to. Incorrect mana cost. Okay. Fixed an issue where replenishing and propagation item modifiers were not triggering when quantity was removed from melee skills. Okay. Got it. I think it's only up to a certain minimum range, maybe? Maybe. Teleporting through Blunderbore region, Endurance, Halo 2 would be a smashing experience. Oh, the dad jokes are coming out. Dude, this video is already super long. I gotta finish through this. Character creation. Fix an issue where some players could bypass character name validation and create invalid offline character names. Those characters can now be repaired. Affected players will be prompted to rename the invalid characters. Okay. Rename your characters. Sweet. Do it. Get your character fixed. Controls. Fixed on issue where using a PlayStation controller on PC, some buttons prompted could appear within an Xbox controller button icon. Fix an issue where binding a a skill to key 2 without binding anything to key 1 would show the key UI, show the keybind UI to not show. Okay. Graphics. Fixed artifacting that could occur on certain VFX when using DLSS. Fixed an issue where players become invisible using fade behind a transparent wall. Fixed an issue where ethereal items were appearing invisible when standing behind transparent walls. Fixed an issue where grass in Tomo Highland could pop in and out while traversing. That's kind of funny. Semi PowerPoint presentation, yeah. Cut off chat in the YouTube video. Yep. Goodbye, guys. I can do it again. Bye. Just kidding. All right. Like, for me, when watching like people who are doing YouTube videos, if they have like if they have responses to chat, like they're responding to chat and they don't have chat on screen, it's kind of like annoying to not know what the chat's saying. So now YouTube can see you. So that's, I don't know, that's a pet peeve of mine, so I figured I'd fix it in my YouTube videos. He's not wearing pants. That's not true. Actually, that is true. I'm wearing shorts. Fixed an issue where VFX could appear as black boxes on PS4 and high memory usage scenarios. Okay, so yeah, graphics, cool. I didn't really have any of these problems except for maybe like grass in Tomo Highland. Didn't really bother me though, so whatever. Localization, fix some localization issues with skill tooltips. Fix some localization issues related to user presence in the Xbox social menus. Fix some localization issues in the settings menu. And fix miscellaneous issues related to localization of chat commands. Cool. Online, fixed an issue where users in Europe or Korea were unable to block or report users. Okay, well, you're going to see a lot more bans coming out. Let's go. Fix an issue where the right-click content or context. Fix an issue where the right-click context menu options in the friends list would not constantly function. Oh. I don't think I had that problem. But that's cool. Fix an issue where you cannot highlight game names and use and join if using a controller in the lobby menu. Consistently? Oh, consistently function. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't have that problem, but it's consistency. So yeah. Fix an issue where you could get stuck in an attempt to join state if you tried to join a game through the friends list while you were rate limited. Fixed an issue where swapping between keyboard and controller on the front end could rarely force you into the online character tab and prevent access to the online tab for a small amount of time. Okay. Fixed an issue on controls or on consoles where online friends who have their presence set to appear offline in their platform settings would appear in their friends list sorted into other online friends rather than their other friends or their other offline friends. It won't let me hide away from my friends on console. I just don't want to be bothered. Okay, fair enough. Oops. Fix an issue on Switch where if you remove someone from your friends list, they may not correctly get removed. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, Switch users. We fixed it now. You can now remove, those annoying friends. Fixed a visual issue that could occur when opening the Project Cube while in the middle of a trade with another player. Okay, cool. Auto-generated game name and password from game sessions generated using the main menu play button and will now be hidden. Okay. Well, at least your play button games aren't going to be like available for people to, oh, let me copy that game name so I can copy that and put in that same game name as the password and join that person that's just trying to play solo. Yeah, that was a kind of could have been an annoying thing as a streamer. Although nobody ever did that to me. I don't think so. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys. Fix an issue where the character selection would persist if you exited the lobby. All right, or wouldn't persist. Sorry, fix an issue where your character selection wouldn't persist. Cool. Yeah. The character selection was kind of annoying, so glad that's all taken care of, hopefully. Performance. Fixed an issue where users with 3050 series GPUs would have incorrect default graphics settings. Fix a crash that could occur when exiting the game. Fix a crash that could occur during the Pandemonium event. That's the Uber Tristram, by the way. So that's good. Miscellaneous crash and stability fixes. Settings fixed an issue where your game difficulty settings on lobby would not update properly after changing characters. Okay. Yep. Thanks to the community. How to participate. Like I said, it'll be in the link. And thank you. If you want to read the thank you. So, good. Overall, happy with everything I see here. I'm a little bit worried about this. This, I think, is going to be tested, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be OP, but we'll see. This might need some slight adjustment, but I don't know. We'll see. This just needs more. That's too weak. This is kind of cool. The Werebear Werewolf. Armageddon's good. And the Masteries, Barbarian Leap Attack, really cool. And yeah, making physicals on potentially okay. And then Uber Diablo was a little bit of a letdown, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Anyways, thanks for watching YouTube. Hit the like button, please. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind later if you don't like what I'm putting out on YouTube. But it helps a guy out, if nothing else. Anyways, see you in the next video. Bye.